Hello and welcome to another episode or another installment of JAisRed. I'm your host Serum. Today we'll be talking about the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference. We talk about some of the questions that were asked and also about some Jadon Sancho transfer news. Let's welcome back to JAisRed. As I said before, today we're going to have the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference, and let's dive right into it. So, first of all, let me just get this off my chest. I don't really think I'm going to spend a long time on this press conference because, to be honest with you, I think it was a very poor press conference, and it falls into the narrative of what has been happening since the whole corona outbreak situation. I don't know if it is because the the journalists aren't actually at studio. They don't have that grip of what the question should be asked. I think there was a lot more topical issues there to be asked, such as like squad rotation, the necessary. Well, if you think that McTominay and Fred have the form to step in to come into the FA Cup clash that's tomorrow, or if he thinks that he's going to go with his strongest team. They did ask, however, about what his beliefs were as it relates to the FA Cup winning a trophy versus qualifying for Champions League. And to be honest with you, I think that shows how far down the pecking order, how far we've fallen from grace, that we're actually trying to compare qualifying for the Champions League to winning an FA Cup trophy. Now, no disrespect to FA Cup, but if we are going to focus on just winning trophies, then I think that we will be stepping back down to like Arsenal, because to be honest, the only thing Arsenal has been winning in the past few years has been FA Cups, and they have had good teams, but I want to be one of the best teams. I mean, I'm Manchester United, and it might sound arrogant, but I mean, based on our success through the Fergie era, we should be arrogant, you know. So I don't think we should be talking about qualifying for Champions League versus FA Cup. I mean, FA Cup is a good competition, but qualifying for Champions League is like top priority for me. So that question asking whether or not winning a trophy would spark that run. I mean, yes, winning trophies is important, but then we have the Europa League, and to me, even Europa League is a bit more important than the FA Cup right now, because Europa League wins us Champions League qualification versus FA Cup that just is an extra match, extra opportunity for injuries, more fatigue setting in on the players. So I mean, if we do beat Chelsea tomorrow, and yes, I'm a Manchester United fan, so I will always want to win. And yes, you guys should go out and win whichever team goes out tomorrow. But as I said, if we were to lose the FA Cup and to win versus West Ham and Leicester, I would take that, because I mean, I want Champions League, and that is what is important. So as I said, there were a few weird questions, or a few questions that personally, as if I was a journalist and I had that opportunity to ask Ole Gunnar Solskjaer some questions, I don't think that question would be one of the questions I would ask. To follow the narrative of bad questions, though, there was one journalist who mentioned about superstition. Yeah, he's saying that Leeds United, the last time Leeds United gained promotion from the lower division to the Premiership, Liverpool won the league and Manchester United won the FA Cup. So he's saying that, does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer believe in superstition? And I mean, come on, I think there are more important questions like squad depth, the race for top four. Is that did mention about Shaw's injury, and I mean, that is a big blow for Manchester United. I know that the club is a bit divided as it relates to Shaw and his performances. I think he has been excellent throughout the whole season, and I think that he's a big blow. Brandon Williams might be a bit available for the next match. Tim Fusa Mensah is proving to be such of a solid alternative, but it's one match and it's hard to judge, and he hasn't been playing for 2 years now, so that would be a tall ask to ask him to come into a team that has already been in form, flying, and to step up to that pace. He did step up the last match, but I'm a bit worried about the left back position now. As I said, Brandon Williams is a bit young, and you can see, like in the Man City match against Mahrez, there is times when he is a bit not defensively sound. And I mean, losing Luke Shaw is a big loss. I hope that he comes back soon. I hope it's not a season-ending injury. His ankle injury, he twisted his ankle. Yeah, so I think there were a lot more important questions to be asked. As I said, I'm not going to dwell too long on the press conference. I think the top 4 race is of utmost importance now, and every press conference should be a little bit geared around it. I know that this is an FA Cup semi-final clash, and it's a traditional competition, and I said I give it all its respect, but I mean the top 4 races is pivotal right now. And what I want to see is, I want to see a little bit of hunger tomorrow against Chelsea, whether it is Lingard starting or we have the Bruno starting. I just want to see that hunger to win, because if we lose, I don't want to be I don't want to lay down and take a beating. I want to make an account for myself as a team, even though we're not, I don't think we should go full force. But yeah, going into some other topics, there was a mention by one of the Sun journalists about Manchester United and how Dortmund doesn't want anything less than £100 million for Jadon Sancho, and they won't budge on the price. Basically, that's, I mean, I watch a lot of other Manchester United channels, and there's one in particular that I really think that they grasp the fan opinion, and when I do take them in, they do mention some of the things that I believe in, and this is one of them where I say this is just a sign of good stuff. I mean, it's the same thing. It's a recurring feature as it relates to Bruno Fernandes, Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire. There was always an issue with the transfer fee, and the clubs don't want to back down. But when you really look at it, it is just fuel. And I mean, it's just another credited journalist mentioning about the Jadon Sancho transfer. And as I said yesterday, and if I'm not going to too much give up what was happening in the video yesterday, I think if you want to know more, you should watch the video that I had yesterday about transfer. It was very detailed. Well, not really detailed, but I did dive into a lot of the transfer rumors buzzing around Jadon Sancho. So as I said, I think he is that player for us, and it's just encouraging to see more transfer news circling around Jadon Sancho. Now, more of the Manchester United era, as in, I say in the past era where we talk about like the Ferguson eras and the Sir Bobby Charlton eras, I say that we have that squad depth. And as I said, I just think that Jadon Sancho would add that major depth to a club that is going places. And I think that we should just embrace the transfer rumors that's going around. And, this is enjoying times, or this is good times. We're being linked to players that we should be linked to, not retired players that we don't need. Like, I hear them talking about us taking Willian, who is at the end of his contract at Chelsea. And I'm saying, Chelsea has the same ambitions as us, right? And if Chelsea is not going to give Willian the contract that he's asking for, if they're not going to renew a contract, and they're having the same aspirations as us, why should we think that it's a good idea to go for someone who is a top 4 contender reject? I mean, we're not that club anymore. We don't want the top club rejects. We want those players that the top clubs yearn for. And I mean, coronavirus is never a time that we should think about taking advantage of things. I mean, people are dying and people are in hospital sick, but I mean, it's a time where the market is unsure. Manchester United does have money. I know I mentioned yesterday that we don't have the money to pay for those defenders, but I said it based on what I saw as it relates to like not going for Timo Werner. That just shows that the owners aren't willing to spend on that club, but I know that the revenue is there, and what they're willing to spend, we're willing to spend on Jadon Sancho. So as I said, William, no spending money on these old low level reject players is not something that's for me. So thanks again for watching this episode of JAisRed. I'm your host Serum, and I'm out, and look for our next video tomorrow.
Oh, hey, don't forget to like and share, subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you can leave a comment while you're at it. Thanks.